So hi, welcome to Good Noise Podcast. I'm Shane,
I'm Glory.
coming at you with another bright and early Saturday morning pre-recorded podcast. This week I will still be in my home state. It'll just be my birthday on Monday. Whoa.
Woo!
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Do not. No. So another couple days for that.
You don't do it leading up?
No. I don't like getting sung happy birthday at.
That's weird, man. That's weird. That's really weird. Sorry. Continue.
My bad for being weird. But next week we'll be back. We'll be live, I think, unless something comes up. I think we'll be good. As of right now, we're good. As of Saturday, 11/12, we're good at 10:04 a.m. I went to shows. So as I said last Saturday, because we pre-recorded last Saturday's podcast too, I saw the Silver Sun pickups for the second time. The first time I saw them was way back in 2019, and I thought they were fine. Granted, they're not like jumping off the fucking drum risers and shit. It's not that kind of band. It's not that kind of show. But this performance was leagues better than in 2019. I just think they picked a higher energy set list when we're talking Silver Sun pickups here. It's not like we were headbanging, but a little bit more groovy. You know, it wasn't so sad. And the opener was good too, so that was a good show. I didn't expect Montclair to be so goddamn busy on a Saturday night. Like, I know it's a college town, but like I didn't expect there to be so many cars. So I might have gotten a free ticket, but I paid for my ticket in parking because I couldn't go in the cheap garage because the cheap parking garage was full because it was busy. So I had to go in the venue parking garage.
They upcharge you hard there.
Yeah, it was like $30 to park my fucking car, and I parked in one of the compact car parking spots that they had because they didn't. There were no regular parking spots open.
That's awful, man. Damn.
So, shout out the Wellmont, $30 to park my car. Love it here. At least the ticket was free. They also couldn't find my name on like the ticket like giveaway winning list. Because I assumed it would be under my name that's on my ID. No, it was under the name on the email I used.
So you had to say you were Yummy Light? Did you have to show them the login to your email?
The fucking dude in the box office was like, show me the email. So I hold it up to him. He goes, no, give me your phone. So he just takes my phone, and that's how he was like, oh, because he's looking through my email.
Wow. So, okay, so you had to ID yourself as Yummy Light.
Yes.
Instead of Shane.
Yes.
That's crazy.
I'm never putting in for another giveaway at any venue ever.
Come on, man. That's so lame. That's so
I'm
lame.
like, goddamn. So that was interesting. And then on Thursday, I saw Census Fail, Like Moths to Flames, and Can't Swim. Can't Swim, this was the best performance they've put on.
Really?
Maybe that's because good. Chris came out in a windbreaker and was kind of acting like he's in a hardcore band, because like all the hardcore vocalists, they wear the fucking the windbreaker, and like he was going no mic stand at all, and he was just like, he had the cord wrapped around his arm, and I'm like, this guy thinks he's in a hardcore band, and it's awesome. But I think that was their best show yet. Plus the crowd was actually into them. The last time I saw them in Jersey, it was a headliner, and granted, it was like December of 2021, so like nobody was going to shows because like everyone and their mother was getting COVID. But the people that were there were just kind of standing there. So it was cool to go to a hometown show. Granted, not their show, but obviously people were there for them, and there weren't just people standing there looking at them like, who the fuck are you guys? So they put on a good show. Like Moths to Flames were great. What a fantastic show. It took Chris exactly 3 minutes to call out someone in the crowd for being a big tough guy. because there was like a huge pit that opened up for them, and like the pit like flailed into this big guy, and this big guy like threatened to beat up people in the crowd or whatever, and he was like, oh you're a big tough guy, huh? And was like calling the guy a pussy and shit. I'm like, oh my god,
it's easy to do that from the stage.
Yeah, I'm like, you've been on stage for a minute and a half, dude. Like your first song isn't even over yet.
Exactly. Yeah. Christ,
I'm like, holy shit.
Did the guy get kicked out or anything?
No,
or was it just kind of like him humiliating?
Yeah, it was just like him humiliating him. Like, it's not his show, so he can't really. But get out of my show, because it's like, buddy would just come on stage and be like, dude, like, this isn't your fucking show. Exactly. And then Senses Fail came on. By this point, I moved to the very back of the venue because I went up to the Like Moths to Flames merch table and I was like, I need a vinyl right now. And it was a sold out show, and I didn't want to go in the crowd with my vinyl.
Yeah.
So I was standing in the back, just kind of hanging out. I really couldn't see much. He came out, and it was like his vocals were way above everybody else's, and like, shouldn't be doing that with his vocals. I was like, oh my god. And then it got progressively better. The mix changed, and he didn't sound as bad as he did on that first song. So that's probably, I'll say they were better this time around, partly because the crowd was actually into them. Although I think it was funny because I was out by the back. The Stone Pony, they have their outside part of the venue, so they had part of it like closed off, so they still had some of the outdoor bars open and stuff. So I was hanging out like in the entrance into the venue from the outside, and I could see all the people going out for smoke breaks during their newer songs.
That's awful. Oh.
He also talks a lot.
Oh.
Like
half his set is like talking.
Yeah, like they played
like 3 songs.
They played 18 songs, but the show ended at 11:15 because he talked so much.
Well, I thought he said they were ending at 11:30.
I thought he said they were ending.
No, at 10:30.
That's what I thought. That's why I stayed. I was
Did
like,
you forget?
I was like, oh, it'll be over at 10:30. I'll be in bed by 11. Like, this is awesome. No, it went until 11:15, dude.
Somebody should have reminded him, like, hey, wasn't this supposed to be over an hour ago?
I didn't know that shows could go that long. Just like, because like I went to like a bar type show once, and I went to like 1:30 or some shit. But I didn't know like regular venues went past 11 o'clock. I thought the curfew across the board was 11.
Yeah.
But apparently I was wrong, because this dude played 15 extra minutes and no one told him to get off stage.
No, man. Oh my god.
So his tweet lied, but also the next day was what? Veterans Day? So maybe he just assumed everybody in the crowd had off.
It was a holiday. Yeah.
I know I didn't have off. I was at work the next day, like, oh my god.
Right, me too. Dude, I had 2 meetings.
I walked into work, I'm like, I have such a bangover today. And my boss was like, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah, man, a bangover.
Bangover. Have you not met Chris Motionless? I love that man so much.
It wasn't even that Chris that sent me home with a bangover. What the fuck?
No, I'm just saying, like, that's his thing.
Yeah, I know it's his thing, bro. So yeah, and then on the docket, I've got I Prevail next Friday.
Woo! I'm
very excited for that. I'm looking forward to this one since I saw them the first time in September.
Ridiculous.
That's with Pierce the Veil, Fit for a King, Fuck, and Stan Atlantic. Excited to see Stan Atlantic again. And then that Saturday, I bought Pink Shift tickets yesterday, so now I'm seeing Pink Shift. I'm finally going to the church in Philly. So that's exciting.
Is that the LS Dunes church?
Yes. I was also looking. I did not know that LS Dunes sold out like all of their shows except New York.
I mean, look at the lineup, man.
So, well, the lineup is just them right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look at the band members. Who wouldn't? Come on, man.
But they sold a lot faster than I thought they would. And I also figured they would have been like, low ticket warning. Like, no, I just went and looked.
It was just gone.
It was just gone. So that's exciting. And then potentially the Wednesday after that, I'm going to go to New York City day before Thanksgiving. We're still not sure on that one, but what I do know is I also don't want to lose $90, and there's still plenty of seats available for that show. And then that Friday is when I see LS Dunes. Finally,
Dunes, baby.
Yeah, finally. They announced Kaylee as the West Coast opener. I don't know who the East Coast opener is going to be, but I really want it to be her, because that record was incredible. So it would be cool to see her live, because I saw her like playing violin for Frank, but I haven't seen her perform.
Exactly.
So that would be exciting, but like they should also just like have My Chem open the East Coast dates. That's all I'm saying. Like My Chem.
Imagine My Chem opening.
My Chem also has to go to Mexico with LS Dunes. They're headlining the same festival. That's all I'm saying is Gerard, Ray, and Mikey can all just go to the East Coast with Frank. Like, nothing is stopping them.
Exactly.
I mean, also we could have Anthony Grin open, because he's got about 46 different projects. So this man could play
just
for
eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
You know, like LS Dunes only has one album, so Anthony can play for 2 hours. LS Dunes can play for 45 minutes. Boom. We're done. We had a full-blown show.
Exactly.
So those are my predictions for the opener. I hope they come to fruition. I hope it's both. I hope it's Anthony and Mike.
Anthony Green and Mike. It's ridiculous.
And then I got Paramore tickets. I don't want to. Actually, they weren't that expensive.
No.
In the grand scheme of things, it was under $100. It's like $90 something per ticket, even after fees. And they're not awful seats. I wasn't like looking at a view from myseat.com as I was buying the tickets. I was just like, fuck it, they're cheap. Like, I don't care if I'm looking at the back of the stage. I'm in the fucking room.
Exactly. Haley Williams is breathing the same air as me right now.
Bro, I'm gonna breathe the same air as Haley Williams 2 days.
That's literally insane.
I need
that for me.
I need so blessed.
That for me.
Yeah, you should be jealous. But yeah, no, I'm very excited to see Paramore. And I was glad that the tickets weren't like $1 million, and then dynamic pricing was like, it's $4 billion now.
Yeah,
which is good.
Always nice to see that.
Oh yeah. So we do have music to talk about. It was actually a pretty busy week, but I would like to say that how many albums? There's 6 albums that came out this week. So 5 out of the 6 records we spoke to the bands.
That's insane.
That's kind of crazy. And the EP that came out this week.
That's really crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't even I mean, I think I knew, but it's just like saying it is a completely different thing.
And the only band that we didn't talk to, or the only person that put out a record that we didn't talk to, is the obvious one, and the one that Glory would have wanted the most out of everyone we spoke to.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's next album though.
So LP3, we're gonna catch.
LP3,
we're gonna catch Louis.
We got to. Yeah.
But we do have music to talk about. So Chelsea Grin put a new album, "Suffer in Hell." Bro.
We spoke to Chelsea.
May or may not.
Are we gonna do it for every
single? No, because
one?
we did just kind of say like. There's also a lot of interviews here that aren't out yet.
True. My bad. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, right. But we did speak to Chelsea Grin. It's not out yet. I don't know when it's going to be out.
Just keep an eye out for it.
But keep an eye out.
It's recorded.
Yes, this album was great. Obviously I've known about the band for a while, but I stumbled across a teaser for the Isness, I think is the name of the song on the record, just on Instagram, and I wasn't following them, but I had obviously heard of them, and I heard this teaser and I was like, what the fuck is this song? This is fucking incredible. So I was like, all right, that seals the deal. We gotta get them on. I gotta hear this record right now. So I was like, okay, let's
give
hear
us
this
the
record
advance right now.
And this album was fucking incredible. The Isness is still my favorite song. It's just like they've managed to make a deathcore record that is both heavy and also like super melodic and catchy.
Yes.
And that's not something that you get every day. Like, I love deathcore in its own right, but sometimes it is just like, ooh, and
it's
just
like I can't follow it.
How fast can a double bass be? Like that is sometimes what deathcore and death metal is, but this is like bouncy too. Like, it's just like refreshing in a sense. It's so fucking good.
Yes, I completely agree. I was gonna bring up how it was deathcore, but it was still something that I could follow and something I could listen to, because deathcore still does get overwhelming. I'm good with metal, good with like everything. Deathcore, I'm still getting into, but I really enjoyed this album a lot. Genuinely, like, really, really good. It caught me off guard how much I liked it when I first listened to it. And now I'm like, yeah, that's a solid album. I can't be mad at it at all. So, good job. Oh my God, Young Culture dropped a new album. You had to be there.
It had to be there.
This is incredible, man. We just like this album a lot. We already said that we interviewed 5 out of the 6.
We spoke to Alex about this one.
Don't know when it'll be out.
Oh, Lord only knows.
2023, looking at you.
literally recorded it this week. Dude, the debut record was great in its own right. The EP was a step above that. This is like a mountain above. Like, this is my favorite.
They found
their
stride. Yeah,
exactly. This is my favorite shit by them, hands down. I said it in the interview and I'll say it here. Whiskey is such an interesting song on this record. It really is.
It's fucking country song.
Yeah, it's a fucking pop country song. And when they teased it, when they announced it, and they're like, "Yeehaw, bitches!" I'm like, I'm not fucking listening to that.
You're like, God damn it, Young Culture.
I don't want to listen to that because I don't want more of the record to be like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then
if it's not there, if I don't see it, it's not there.
Exactly. And then we had to talk about it for the podcast, so I heard it and I was like, like, this song's fine. On the record, though, it's so fun. In
the context
of the album, it's fun. It works so well, and that's like, it shocks me how well it works. I've had a full circle moment with this song. It's one of my favorite songs on the record. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you why. But it's fun and it's different, and they're just fucking around, dude.
Whoa, I didn't expect that. I do like it. It's not my favorite, but I didn't expect you to rave about a pop country track this year. Didn't have that on my bingo card. That's crazy.
Listen, bro, we've grown a lot since 2020, where I'd be like, oh, it's not metalcore. Don't care.
Acoustic guitar.
Yeah. Country twang, bro. Get that shit out of here. Go back to Nashville with that shit. But this record, like Whiskey, albeit a standout track just because of how interesting it is, the entire album is great. Another song that I really enjoyed was the closer, Serendipity. Part of that is because the title is so fun to say. But the entire record is great. And you really did have to be there.
True that. I just want to say that this record reminds me a lot of oh my God, what is it? American Candy era, The Main, which is my favorite sound that The Main has done. They still have kind of like the same summery vibe that they have going on, but I feel like that album was like peak, like
The Main.
Just The Main, honestly. I'm sorry, The Main, if you're listening. But you peaked. And I feel like
2013.
In 2013, they're still going strong. The thing is, they're getting bigger and bigger, but you know what? In my opinion, you peaked. But yeah, so this album is like as if they made another record in that era, and it hits like just as well. It's honest, it makes me so happy. The vibes are immaculate.
The vibes are there, bro, and they are very high vibes.
Very high.
Very, very big vibes.
Very big.
Big Vibe by Seaway.
Oh my God.
Action Adventure put out a new album, Imposter Syndrome. They put their entire Action Adventure OC
Why do you have to take my
I
joke?
hate that you used that fucking joke on the Instagram story and then they laughed at it.
Because it's my favorite joke. I love adding OC to just band
Action
names.
Adventure OC. That's fucking
Just love
awful. That was originally
So fun, dude.
That was originally Glory's joke. I'm sorry for stealing it from you.
Fucking Amy Schumer looking. Fucking hate her. You're not welcome on the podcast, Amy Schumer.
Fuck you, Amy Schumer. Fuck you,
Amy Schumer. Fuck you.
This is an Amy Schumer hate account.
Exactly. Hell yeah.
But we spoke to Action Adventure. They're one of the 5 bands we spoke to.
We spoke to Amy Schumer.
we told her to go fuck herself for 30 minutes.
Exactly.
But dude, this album is also incredible, bro. Riffs on some chugs, on some more riffs, on a breakdown.
Yeah,
like this fucking record is awesome. They're killing it in terms of like the pop punk easy core kind of shit. Like,
I love
it's it's different from the Young Culture kind of pop punk. I enjoy this shit a little bit more because I like breakdowns, bro.
Exactly. Yeah.
But this shit was fucking awesome. That's all I have to say. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I love this album, honestly. Like, I feel like I tweeted it and I said this is like my favorite release week of the year so far, because almost all of these albums are probably going to be on my top 10 list for the year, Action Adventure included, because it's just such, I don't know, I feel like I've listened to so much music this year and a lot of them were standout, but it's just like it all gets lost in a blur, and it's just like I feel like lost in the sauce, bro. But it's just like this album was just so refreshing for whatever reason. They did something different. It was not technically like a completely different sound. Like I've heard similar things before, but just how they approached it was just different for me. I don't know what clicked, but I really, really, really enjoyed this album.
And a perk of putting it out like 2 weeks before the music industry shuts down for the year is that you don't get lost in the sauce, bro.
Exactly, like everybody else. Like Motionless in White dropped an album this year. I don't remember that.
They
genuinely, I keep forgetting. I need to listen to it again. I liked Werewolf, so I'll get them somewhere. LS Dunes dropped a new album, Past Lives. We could say this. We spoke to LS fucking Dunes.
We spoke to fucking LS Dunes.
We spoke to fucking LS Dunes.
We spoke to Tucker Rule, the drummer of Thursday. Bro, the fact that we've sat on this one for weeks is
dude, it's
physically paining me. It was paining me because I was like, we could put this out, but it's like we've got other things for shit that's already come out.
Exactly, that's already queued up. Yeah. I'm
like, bro,
we should have just surprise dropped it just in the middle of the week.
Yeah, I know we should have, but it's finally coming out. It'll be out this upcoming week. So fucking excited. So now that we've got the interview excitement out of the way, this record is incredible.
Yes.
I'm really loving it. 2022 or 2022. Anthony Green pronounces it like 2022.
Oh, silly Anthony.
Is a great song. I think it's one of my favorites off the record. And it's a great opener because of like just kind of the vibe with the song. And kind of the way, namely the way Anthony is in the chorus just makes it feel like an opener. But it was also originally an Anthony Green song. It was on his record that came out a couple of months ago, the solo record. He then pulled it off of the streaming version so that now it's technically not a cover and it's technically officially an LS Dunes song. And it's no longer on his. But what I don't understand is the LS Dunes album's been done. Okay, it's not like it was recorded after his record.
Yeah,
we kind of got a time frame for when it was recorded. It was post Frank breaking his hand.
Yeah.
So that means Anthony recorded 2022 for his solo record. Gave it to the LS Dunes guys. Said, "Here, we're gonna do this." Put it out anyway, and then was like, "You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna take it down."
Never mind.
And it's like that's what I like. I don't know if it matters, because it's like, is it technically a cover? Because Anthony's in the band, you know? So
Yeah.
it's like, it just becomes a full band version.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know. So I thought that was strange. So I'll get that dilemma out of the way now. It's still on the vinyl. So it's like the Anthony Green version still exists, but I don't know why it ever existed if it was going to be coming out as Dune song. And then the plan was to get rid of the Anthony Green version.
It's really weird. It's confusing. Should have asked him.
It confuses the hell out of me, and it makes me upset, even though I don't know why. It gets me going.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that song is a great opener, but this entire album, I think it flows really well, and it's Permanent Rebellion is definitely the most like out there song. Like, it was definitely the perfect single or lead single for the project, because it's like kind of what you expect when you put these 5 guys in a room together.
Yeah.
But the rest of the record isn't quite as abrasive as that.
No.
But it's still like, it's fucking awesome. And it's almost like I'd rather this sound over just like what you expect these guys to do when they're together.
Yeah.
So it was cool that, you know, I love Permanent Rebellion. I love a song like, what is it, Sleep Cult, the closer.
I think so.
That is like this kind of like atmospheric fucking song at the end that's like really weird and not what you'd expect. So I think the entire album is great, and I'm glad that it's like its own sound and not just like these legends got in a room together and all their bands kind of came up at the same time, and they've all got their own sound, and like this is what it made, and this is kind of what you expected. Like, this is what an AI would make. Yeah. So I'm really digging this record.
So I just want to start this off by saying, before listening to this record, was not a massive fan. Anthony Green, his vocals aren't my favorite. To be fair, I feel like it's something that you have to get used to it. I've never like listened to him immediately and been like, oh my god, those vocals are insane. You
haven't like spent much time with Anthony Green music either.
Exactly. Yeah, so this is kind of like whiplash, because I don't think before we covered
the 2 Circa Survives EPs.
I remember that.
We didn't cover his album, but we covered fucking whatever. But that project was so weird that his vocals weren't at the forefront at all.
No, like, I don't even remember his vocals on that.
It was just weird, that project. So it's like his vocals actually blended in, because that project was so weird.
I think that's what they wanted it to do. Yeah. It's so weird. It's so weird. Come back on the podcast, guys. That was fun. But honestly, I've never been like the biggest fan of his vocals, but after listening to this record, this is the way I can consume like his vocals, because it fits and it has kind of like that nostalgic feel. And I'm like, oh, this feels like I'm discovering this type of music for the first time, and this is like my gateway band. And it's just like, it brought me a lot of joy. I don't know, this album, it captured just a feeling I haven't felt in a while with music. So I really, really liked it.
Oh yeah, this record was sick. Nobody Likes You, Pat, put out a new album a Mongo. We spoke to him. It's out.
Woo! Don't have to hide that one.
We don't have to hide that one. This record's great. Definitely weird, because it opens up with like a couple of pop songs. Like,
I was like, bro, this is loud.
Yeah, like straight up pop songs. And then it just like takes a hard 180 into the kind of acoustic, more stripped down, still obviously pop songs, but not like super produced,
like the openers.
Like big and shiny. It's definitely a lot more stripped down, and it stays that course for the rest of the album. And he addressed that in the interview. It just kind of came up when talking about track listing, and I think that this album is great. I really enjoyed it, but I'm still getting whiplash from the like I've heard the record a couple of times, and I'm still getting whiplash from that, like going into it knowing what to expect and still being like, well, I didn't expect that.
What happened? See this coming. This album is immaculate. The chat we had with Pat was really, really cool.
Always a good time talking to him.
Yeah, it was the second. I remember when we first started, I was like, I want to have Pat on the podcast. And I remember tweeting at him on our like 5 follower like account, just like, at Pat, you want to come on the pod? And he said nothing, because like, we had like 5 followers. So it's like,
we were Epic Beans podcast.
Exactly. He was probably like, who the fuck is Epic Beans podcast? Bro, I don't know if I would have gone on the podcast for Epic Beans. But anyways, really, really great album. You took my point, which I'm pretty sure it was both of our views were just kind of like the first two tracks, a little confusing because then immediately goes into something completely different. But I like it. I like it a lot.
Me too. Me too.
Good job, Pat. Louis Tomlinson dropped a new album, Faith in the Future. I am very conflicted with this album. I feel like, oh my God, Louis, look away. I don't want you to see this. I love you. You're great. Thank you. You can log off now. I felt this album was very unorganized. I didn't think it really flowed well. None of the songs were very like cohesive with each other. They all kind of had like the same underlying vibe, but it's just like it didn't feel like it was organized well. I don't know. Some of the songs sounded similar, but also like really like, why the fuck is this on the album? This makes no sense. There were a couple highlight tracks that I can point out. Like I liked Silver Tongues, which was great. I liked, oh my God, Out of My System. Oh, these are the singles. I could see why they were singles now. Oh my God. I don't know. There were like genuinely like only a handful of tracks that I really liked off this album, which sucks hard because I couldn't stop listening to Walls in 2020. So now it's kind of like a Louis, what happened? What happened? I feel like my problem with this album is how it's produced. So I feel like if Louis wants to go into the rock scene, he has to drop the prop producers because they're going to make it sound refined and kind of like weird because that's not the genre they do. You need to go work with like a metal like producer or something then if you want to get that kind of grungy vibe you want, because right now it's too polished for me to be like, oh yeah, this is a rock record. I can't view it as that. Like you have all the elements for it. Guitars on this record are fucking immaculate, but it's just like it's so unorganized. It's produced incorrectly for the genre that it is. I feel like I need to sit with it a bit more, but that might just be me being the stan. Like, no, it's good. You just got to give it a couple more listens.
Listen, bro, I do that with every Ask Alexandria album. You can do it with Louis Tomlinson. So, you know, obviously I had to listen to this record and I was like, oh boy, whoop-de-doo. We got Louis Tomlinson on the playlist this week. It's a glory week, that's for sure.
Hell yeah.
I honestly didn't think the record was half bad. Definitely a total, complete, and utter clusterfuck of songs where it was like
none of them
fast one, slow together. One, fast one, medium
exactly.
One, slow,
yeah.
slow,
acoustic,
boom, breakdown, and it's like,
God, I wish.
What in the fuck is happening on your record right now? Also, why did we put out a deluxe edition on release day? That's not how they work.
No.
But
he just got excited.
Exactly. He was like, I just got to put them all out right now, dude. Like, there's like 17 songs, and they just all have to come out right now.
Right now.
That's whatever. Just don't put the deluxe in, after the title. It's stupid. But I honestly didn't hate it. I thought that most of the songs were actually pretty decent. The only song that I really thought totally sucked, Dingleberries, was the lead single off this album. I still think it sucks, and that stood out as a song that sucked total ass. Like while I was listening through the record, I was like, oh wow,
and we shit on it too.
Yeah, I'm like, oh wow, this song is still bad even in the context of a record. So yeah, I mean, I'm shocked that my review is more positive than Glory's of this record. I figured Glory would be like, oh my god, it's Louis Tomlinson, hail the king, but
honestly, hail the king, bro.
but really, it was just
King fumbled.
But you know, I see where he's going. I just felt like the record was a little bit disjointed in terms of track listing, but I felt that the songs were there, you know.
And also, I haven't been too invested in Louis Tomlinson's love life recently, but it's like, isn't he in like a 10-year long relationship with his girlfriend right now? Like, why is he singing about like heartbreak in a like relationship. Because I'm listening to these and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Eleanor's right there. She was probably in the room while you're recording this, dude. Like,
Well, you
what are
see,
you saying?
when you get in the room with the big LA co-write people, they'll just write the breakup song for you. You don't have to have went through a breakup in the past 10 years. They'll just write it for you because they went through one last week.
Yeah. Oh my god. But I feel like I'm just hoping that this is just a stepping stone record and he finally gets to the sound he wants.
For Glory, record. He's in the sophomore slump.
Yeah. It hit him hard.
The Regrets put out a deluxe album, Further Joy. It was 3 new songs off of their record. I thought that these songs were good because we thought that the album was good.
Agreed.
Hell yeah.
Bears and Trees dropped a new EP, Every Moonbeam, Every Fever Dream. Love that title so much.
We spoke to the besties.
We did.
Don't know when it's coming out.
Sometime. Keep your eye out.
Sometime before the end of the year, probably.
Hopefully.
This EP is great. I say it every single time we talk about them. The production value on everything that they do just like increases tenfold every time we listen to something new because we've known them since before they got signed to CI, so they were still kind of doing the independent thing. And now they're on CI, they're on their EP. They had a record that already came out, and it's just like the production value on this is insane. I'm really liking it. My favorite song though is The Closer.
I was gonna say Doing This Again.
It's so fun.
It's so good. It's so I could dance to it right now. I could.
Yeah, man.
I can dance. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's genuinely so good.
Circle pit, more like dance pit, bro.
Right? Everybody's gonna be boogieing down, man. I love it. I need to go to a Bears and Trees concert. I feel like it would just be a good time, honestly.
It's a very wholesome time.
Yeah. It's good. But I also like this EP. We always have a great time talking to them, and it's always like, oh my god, have we spoken to them 3 times?
Yes. That'll be the one that's going to come out. Nice. It'll be the 3rd time.
Wow. So it's nice seeing them get more and more comfortable writing and talking about their music, and just it's nice seeing the band evolve literally right in front of us. And I need them to take over the world immediately, because I feel like the world would be just a much better place if Bears and Trees was like in power somehow. So Bears and Trees for president, I guess, just the entire band. Please.
I agree.
But yeah, great. Thank you.
True. Honey put out a new single. JFK announced their deluxe EP coming out at some point before the end of the year. This song was pretty good. Enjoyed the EP, and I'm glad that they're expanding on this EP because it was kind of like 2 songs and 2 interludes. It was extremely short, a little too short. I was upset with how short it was. So I'm glad that we're getting more songs off it. And they're keeping up with the bangers.
Banger on banger. I liked it. Thumbs up. Thank you. Newfound Glory dropped a new single, Dream Born Again. That was really hard for me to read. I'm glad I was able to get it out. I don't know what happened there.
Well, with the power of editing, no one would have known if you had fumbled it, you know? Okay.
Never mind.
They've got an acoustic album coming out. They aren't on Hopeless anymore, which I thought was like, oh my god, they're not on huge. Hopeless anymore. They're on Revelation Records. You know, so that was a shock to me. But I think that this was pretty good. You know, I didn't really enjoy their last record. But I think that this acoustic song is good, and I'm hoping that the record is good as well.
Agreed. Okay. I don't know. I liked it.
Fair enough. Godsmack put out a new single, You and I.
Not a One Direction cover.
This makes me want to put my fist through a wall. So true. Power to the people through the butt rock.
Oh
yeah.
Could have left that part out.
Well, you thought it was a banger, Glory? You enjoyed the new Godsmack song?
Honestly, it had parts. It had moments where I was like, you know what? And then it immediately like trashed it. So it's like I could get behind like a good 30 seconds of this song. I'll say 30 seconds of this song. I was like, hell yeah.
A good TikTok snippet.
Honestly, yeah. Go for it, guys. TikTok.
That's an improvement.
Blow Godsmack up. Let's go. Godsmack to the moon. Actually, wait, are they bad guys? I don't know.
No.
I just count all like butt rock guys to be bad. I don't know.
No, they're probably some of the more wholesome people doing it. Like,
I feel bad for trashing on them.
I don't know if they have their own foundation, like their own like foundation, or if it's just the vocalist.
Mm-hmm.
But that band is very much like charity and shit, and like,
oh my
god,
God.
They're just kind of like, I think I was watching like a clip of an interview that I think his name is Sully did, where he was just like I think this is going to be like the last record, and we're just going to like go out and like play a couple of shows every year, and like we're going to do other shit, like we're just gonna have a good time, you know. Like I think it was like at one of like the foundation meetings or some shit, and I'm like, damn, bro, you guys are just gonna go out and play the hits.
Oh, this song was really good. I liked it a lot. I'm a Godsmack stan now. I'm sorry, I don't know if I could commit to that, but I like you guys. Concrete Castle is dropping a new single. Where are you now? You were sharing this shit everywhere, Shane.
All I did was post it on my Instagram story.
You posted it on your Instagram story, you retweeted it, and then you commented under it. So it was on the Instagram and Twitter. So it was pushed up twice on my home pages.
Bro, I was excited.
So I was like, yes, I get it, Shane. You're excited.
I was excited because I thought that this finally meant an album announcement. I was wrong.
You were wrong. Yeah. I mean, it could be the lead single.
Bro, they put out like 4 or 5 singles. Which one's the lead?
Wait, what? Oh my god. I can't keep up.
This song was they're changing their style with every goddamn single they put out. It's like, we had Sting, which was like in your face.
That was good.
I'm blanking on the second single. Oh my god, this is you won't see me again.
Other ones.
You Won't See Me Again was like a little bit different from Sting.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky was just a straight up pop song, and this was like acoustic, like fun, like a little bit more laid, not acoustic, but like more laid back, and like not like poppy, but more like the Nobody Likes You Pat kind of pop. You know, where it's not overly produced kind of shit. Anyways, doing a bad job at explaining genres this morning. Or what I think a song sounds like this morning. It sounds like a song. That's all I'm going to say.
You know, when noise in your ears and then the waves, a lot of that happened.
Yeah, but I thought that this song was pretty good. Announce the record, please. I'm patiently waiting for it.
Mm-hmm. We would like to hear it, and if you have an advance, send it over.
The DMs are open.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I like this track. I don't know if I said that, but I did. I was nodding along to like everything you were saying because I agree. Even with the erratic description of what it sounded like. I don't
think I nailed it in the slightest either.
No. But am I gonna try? Hell no.
It just sounded like a song. Like I don't know.
It was a good song. Yeah. It was good noise. Oh, this is you.
Yeah. Brockhampton put out a new single, The Ending. You said this song was bad on Twitter, so I don't feel bad for also agreeing that the song was not good.
So the not hate's a strong word. I'm probably going to like it because I think it's the second to last track. So I'm active on, not active, like I don't like comment or anything, but like I read the Brockhampton Reddit. It's like the only Reddit that I like at all because everybody just shits on the band and then they're like, no, but we actually like the band. So it's hilarious. Everybody was kind of like, why is it just Kevin on these 2 tracks? Like there are like 10 other people in the group. You couldn't get another person on this song. So a lot of people are thinking that the album is just going to be all Kevin up until the last track. And then it's going to have all the members. And I'm like, that is such a bad idea. Because if Kevin wants to release a solo project, drop it yourself. Nobody wants a solo Brockhampton album. That's like shitty. we're listening to you guys for all of the different, flows and sounds and whatever. But yeah, I hated this. It was slow. It was sad. The lyrics were sad as hell. I was like, geez, yes, we get it. The band is ending. You're sad. Yes, you monetized your friend group, and that's what led to the downfall of it. Yes, we get it. We get it. Give us a Joba verse. That's all I care about.
This song was definitely on the nose about that kind of shit, but I even noticed hints of that in the lead single.
Oh, Big Pussy.
I mean, granted, it was Big Pussy, so really I couldn't get past the fact that it was called Big Pussy, but there were also like hints of this, like, somber like undertone. This somber undertone where it's like, we didn't really mean for this to happen, kind of thing, and it's kind of feeling like the record is just like that's what it's gonna be, and it's gonna be however many songs are on the record, it's just gonna be.
I think it's like 17.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
17 songs about how,
and it's all Kevin.
Yeah, 17 songs about how the band is doing its thing, and like so. Based off the fact that the two singles are like that, I'm worried that the entire record is just going to be different songs about the same shit.
It's just going to be Kevin crying.
Which is just going to get annoying because, like, we're 2 songs in and I'm like, all right, I'm not a Brockhampton fan, but I get it, bro. Like,
you're sad.
Like, let's close the book on this one. So that's why I'm almost like in the ballpark of like, were they like, well, we want the band to be over, and the label was like, well, you have one more album left on your contract.
That's what he said on Big Pussy. It was like, we couldn't get out 35-minute album.
And they wrote a record real fast that's just about how it's like, yeah, we don't want to do this anymore. And which is just like, at that point, just write 35 minutes of fucking ambient music. Like, it's the same shit.
And we'll eat it up.
Yeah.
Like,
it might be better than the ending. You could have just called the record Big Pussy and every song Big Pussy.
Big Pussy,
and I would have been like, this is fucking awesome.
I would have been like, dude, your best stuff yet. Better than Roadrunner. Sorry, Joba. But yeah, another thing about this track, actually, or the whole album rollout overall, is I think that the theory that it's just going to be Kevin up until the last track is actually that's true, because when they played, what was it, Coachella, when they played Coachella, their last night of playing, they announced that they had an album coming out at the end of the year, and it was the video that they used was them in the studio and Kevin like, I miss you guys and blah blah blah, and just check out what I made, and if you guys want to release it, I'm cool with releasing it too. I think that's the full album that he's just showing them, of just him crying into a mic like, oh, the band is over, oh, whoa, and it's like, sorry, it's like a big piece of his life that I'm just minimalizing, I'm sorry, but it's just like, I don't know, it feels like it's not collaborative at all. None of the all the members are like promoting it, but it's like none of them are like, hell yeah, I love this track so much, this is amazing. It's just kind of like, new song out tonight, and I'm like, you could tell this is just a Kevin Abstract like project now, and it really sucks. He's not my favorite member, which is the funniest thing. So I'm like, I'm getting solos from everybody but the people I want. So it's just like, it sucks so bad. I'm very passionate about this, I'm sorry. Wind Waker dropped a new single, Left in the Dark.
This song was pretty good. It's pretty crazy. I'm
so confused.
Why? Because the title on Spotify is Wind Waker. I know.
Yeah.
I don't know
what's up with that. And then when you click
it,
it's Left in the Dark.
Yeah. I double checked the press release because I was also confused.
Yeah.
Press release says Left in the Dark, so we're gonna go with that.
We're gonna go with that. Yeah.
That's also what I'm pretty sure it says online. I'm starting to think it might have just been like whoever uploaded it at the label, like. They just they copied the band name into the song name too. I'm going to assume that if it hasn't already been noticed, once it's noticed, it'll be fixed like that.
Yeah.
But this song was very good. I enjoyed it. This band fucking rocks. We spoke to Indy about the record they put out earlier in the year. You should go check that out, and check out the record too, because that record's cool.
Hell yeah, I liked this track a lot. Good job, guys.
Pierce the Veil put out a new single, Emergency Contact. This is the classic Pierce the Veil. song that I was expecting from this record, although I'm glad it wasn't the lead single, because it is like a little bit more mellow. And Pastor Nirvana was like, in your face, like we're back. And this song is like, we're back, but like we've also still got some songs that sound like what you know and love about the band. And they announced the record. It comes out the same day as the Paramore album.
Oh wow. Oh geez.
What a busy release day that is already shaping up to be. February 10th, 2023.
So I'm very conflicted about this track. I listened to it and I was like, I get it. I know the sound. I know why they're dropping it as a single, because as you said, it's basically kind of like they dropped Past Nirvana as like a, hey guys, we're back. Check out this new sound that we're doing, and you know this is gonna grab
people
your
talking
attention.
about the band, yeah.
Exactly. It's putting them back at the front again. And then they're dropping this to basically be like, okay, calm down. The rest of the record isn't sounding like that. That was the one just to get your attention. This is our sound still. So it's like, it sucks because I wanted more of the Past Nirvana sound just for the record, just kind of as like a, yeah, fuck you guys, we're back. But now it's getting to be like, hey guys, we're Pierce the Veil, we're back. So it's just kind of like, it's good. It's just, I wanted heavier Pierce the Veil. Sorry guys.
Fair enough.
I was just so excited. Charming Liars dropped a new single, Violent Candy.
This shit bangs.
Banger.
This shit bangs.
Yeah, everything they do is good.
Yeah, we've spoken to Charming Liars twice now. You can go watch those interviews. They're out. Fun. Yeah, they're a good time. And this song's great. It's one of my favorites, I think, by them, like hands down. This really? Fucking, it's just like it's so like bright, and there's like a lot going on, but it's not too much. It's just, it's a great song. Stain the Canvas and Get Scared put out a new single, Puppet. You know, the Get Scared vocalist has been like, we got new music coming out, and I thought he was fucking around. I didn't think that he actually, like, granted, I thought he meant like maybe they do have actual shit coming out and like that, but that's what I thought when he was like teasing. But a feature with the guy is cool as well.
We'll take it.
We'll take it, because I'm starving over here. I can only listen to the Dead Days so many times. This song is good. It's a good song. I enjoyed it, and Get Scared Guy's on there.
Get Scared Guy is on there. Yeah. I really enjoyed this track a lot. I saw it and I was like, oh hell yeah. And I listened to it and I was like, oh hell yeah. So it was just like a lot of hell yeahs when I was listening to this, which I think is what they wanted to achieve. So good job, guys. You got it out of me. Genuinely just like a really good track. Had me kind of, tapping my foot, bopping my head. I was like, hell to the yeah. Hell to the yeah, man. This is amazing. So honestly, yeah, good job, guys. This was a very good track. 1,000 Below dropped a new single, Sabotage.
This song was pretty good. They announced their record. It comes out on December 9th. They're currently on tour with Bad Omens, which I think is the only reason why they can announce a record and have 3 weeks to promote it, because they're currently promoting it to thousands of people every night. Because it is a completely sold out tour, which is nuts in and of itself. But this song is good. I'm excited for the record. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. You have tickets to that tour, right?
I do, thank God.
Okay,
I'm going release week for this album.
That should be so sick.
The Tuesday before the album comes out.
So you might be getting a brand new set list.
Well,
do they do that? I don't think they would change like halfway.
Well, they might take out an older song, throw in whatever the new single is, kind of thing. But on an opening slot, they're not playing anything other than singles. They're not going to be like, here's a deep cut track 7 off the album. Like they're
only the real ones know this.
Only the real one. Only the industry people in the back know this one, because the album comes out on Friday.
Only my publicist knows this one.
They're not gonna do that.
Yo, shout out Tim. I love that man. It's not even the fans, I don't think.
But so they're not going to do that. I hope they don't change the set list too much, because like I got to start learning it soon. So like I don't want them to be like, yo, we did put track 7 in there. Fuck you. Like I don't need that kind of shit going on in my life. I'm gonna be honest. I got like that's actually like a real problem. Like I don't want to stand there for 3 minutes and not know what's happening.
Yeah.
In Flames dropped a new single, Foregone Part 2. Not to be confused with Foregone Part 1. This
it's my French era. Sorry. Sorry.
This song is great. It's in your face. I'm excited for the record. I believe this record also comes out on February 10th.
Dude,
what a crazy day!
Why, guys? Why? Let's spread it out a little bit.
Everyone's just like, Paramore's putting out an album. Yeah, so are we.
Like, you're gonna be overshadowed. Like, well, actually, no. The circles don't overlap. So honestly, no, they should be able to get like a good starting week.
It's not like
Pierce the Veil and Paramore.
Yeah,
where that's a very big overlap.
Well, it's not even like, I mean, obviously, if you're going for chart topping, you're not going to chart in the same week as Paramore, like on any sort of like day, like very generalized, like records that came out this week kind of chart. But like, In Flames will be fine doing their thing over here. There will be some overlap with Paramore and Pierce the Veil.
Yes.
But I don't think
there will be blood.
I don't think that Pierce the Veil cares, because Pierce the Veil also hasn't put out a record in 6 years. So they're going to be, it's not like Water Parks and 21 Pilots fighting for a number one spot, where obviously it's going to go to the band that was on Fueled by Ramen. Now, obviously, they're both on it.
Oh my God.
Like, Pierce the Veil fans are just like, holy shit, I don't know what to listen to first. And Paramore fans are like, I don't know what to listen to first either. Like, do I listen to In Flames or Paramore?
Oh my God.
But that'll be a fun release week, because I'll also just be sitting here like flipping between Spotify pages for like 3 hours trying to decide what to listen to first. By the time I have picked what album to listen to first, I could have listened to all 3 records.
Yes. So what you should do is you should hit flip flop to every song. So it's like you listen to the opener for Paramore, then you go over to the opener for Pierce the Veil, and then the opener for In Flames, and then you just listen to the songs like that. That's the best way. That's the real way to listen to it. That's why they're all dropping at the same time.
No, so what I need is an advance to be sent of at least one of these records, so that I don't have to have this problem on release day. I can just listen to the one I haven't heard yet, Yeah. Well, on that note, that's all the topics we have today. You can follow us on Twitter. It's good_noise_cast. Instagram is Good Noise Podcast. Facebook is Good Noise Pod. YouTube is Good Noise Podcast. Every audio streaming service ever is Good Noise Podcast. Bandcamp is goodnoiserecords.bandcamp.com, and Patreon is patreon.com/Good Noise Podcast. Glory Scott, your Patreon supporters, Twitch subs, and your important plugs. And then we're gonna sign off.
Woo! Thank you to our Patreon supporters, my brother, my uncle Matt from Pulses, Jeremy, Brady, Zari, and Eric. And thank you to our Twitch subs, Coaster Lover, Buzz Lightsky, and Matt, again from Pulses. Thank you, Matt. Thank you.
Thank you,
Sam
everybody.
And Zari. Thank you, Zari.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. You guys rock. Thank you so much. Genuinely. Important plugs. Black Lives Matter. Stop Asian hate. Be a decent person. Wear your mask in crowded places. That's all I ask. I don't fucking care if you're not wearing it around a friend. I don't care. Just in like crowded places, please. I'm not trying to get COVID for the holidays. 2 years though. Let's go. Give it up for 2 years. Oh my God, we're going on 3. Shh. I'm not leaving the house for like 4 weeks, dude. I think I'll be fine. I don't have any concerts, so like I'm not leaving the house. It's really bad. Be a decent person. And donate to the Velocipaster 2 Kickstarter. I would like to see another Velocipaster movie. That's what I'm pushing this week. So I'll be retweeting it on the Good Noise Podcast account, so you'll understand what I'm talking. Have you seen it?
No.
You need to, like, not joking, sit down with Sam, watch the Velocipaster. You guys will you'll cry. It's so good. It sounds just as bad. It's just as bad as it sounds. Like, genuinely, it's my favorite movie. Yeah.
All right. Well, on that note, that is all the topics we have today. I've been Shane.
I have been Glory.
And we have been the Good Noise Podcast. See you next week live. Bye.
Bye.